In this video, we will be going over how to assemble within Onshape. So if you go to your part file, we're going to go down to this option down here, which is the assembly one, and we're going to click and open that. Just like reading a book, where do we start? We start on the left side of the page, and we're going to go to Insert. We're going to go to Other Documents. That's where all of your stuff should be saved. We're going to go to My Onshape. And you're going to find the pieces that you want to put into your assembly. So I'll start with this piece as an example. So I can just place in a couple of these. I'll put in two. I'll go back to my other Lego pieces, and I'll find another one. Let's do this one right here, and we'll click on part one. We can say OK and OK. So now I have two of these and two of these. I'm going to say green check mark. For this first intro video to assembly, we're only going to be using this fastened mate. And so what this is going to do is this is actually going to be putting our pieces together. Okay, so if I wanted these red pieces to hold these two 2x4 pieces together, I kind of have to think about exactly what angle, what axis, what face that I'll be choosing. So if I want this red piece right here to lay flat against this side, I would want to have this face right here. So again, we could look at a face like this and line it up with a face over here. So I could say the bottom left of this face. So see how this portion right here is selecting the bottom left corner. I can click that. It should highlight, and it's saying that this bottom left side, and I can move this over here, and I can say we can line that up with the top corner of this side. So if we do that, it looks super funky right now, and that's okay. So a couple things that we can do is we can flip our axis, or we can rotate or reorientate our secondary axis. So first, there it goes, look at that, pops right into place. But just to kind of show you guys, if you were to flip this around, it's like, this is not really doing what I want it to do. I could flip this back, and it's like, all right, I might just kind of have to play with it. It's like, all right, that looks good, and we will say green check mark. So now you can see our red Lego is connected to our little 2x4 black Lego. And again, we could do the same thing for this part over here. We could do this in a multiple different ways. We could combine, this part right here. So since this is the same piece, again, just to kind of show it a different way, I could say I want the middle of this side to connect to the middle of this side. When I do that, and I click here, we can take a look at this, and it's like, oh, wow, that looks pretty good. Again, if it's not correct, you could start by trying to flip this around. You can see how that's starting to flip over. And then also, if I was trying to flip it over here, obviously that's definitely not right. That looks perfect. Let's do green check mark. And let's try and put this red 1x4 piece over on this side right here. Again, bunch of different ways that we could do that. I could say I want this face over here, and maybe I want the bottom right corner. I can click that. It's going to light up that whole side, and I could turn this, and maybe I want to say that this is going to be the top right angle. Click on that. It's like, oh, well, it's kind of right. It's flipped upside down. We could flip it, and it's like, all right, was this what we wanted to do? And nope, that's not right. We could flip it back, and it's like, all right, we could just have to rotate it, and boom, locks right into place. We'll say green check mark, and now, so if we try and move any of these pieces, okay, they're all stuck together, so I can move this around because it's all one piece now, okay? So this is just the basic introduction to assembly. For the next videos, we'll go over revolve and slider. But we're going to just stick with these fastened mates first.